Good afternoon, everyone. We hope you enjoyed the video that's kicking off our matches here. We are now hearing the announcements from Christopher Viali. These are the title matches for each of the four divisions coming up.
The shootout pays $20,000 for first, $12,000 for second, $7,000 for third, and $4,000 for fourth. So our 8 bowlers are bowling for an awful lot this game. Not putting any pressure on you guys. You guys are all seasoned veterans, that I can tell at least. All right, in the 36 to 54 division, we've got Tim Foy from Delaware taking on our reigning champion, Eric Hoppin from Vermont. In the 55 and over division, we've got Bob Fleetwood from Connecticut taking on fellow Connecticut bowler Todd Lathrop. In the 35 and under division, from New York, we've got Anthony Scasia, and we have Sam DeWitt from Pennsylvania. And in the 215 and under division, we've got Brenton Brown from Connecticut taking on another Connecticut bowler. Where the hell is Massachusetts? From Angel Hernandez. We're going to turn the lights on for 10 minutes of practice, and then we'll get you guys going.
There you heard it. These are the 8 competitors that will be trying for $20,000 here, top prize, here at the division title matches here at the second annual Northeast Megabucks Tournament. We are here in Chicopee, Massachusetts, and we are going to be covering 2 of these matches for you. We'll be having the 215 and under division, and that's Angel Hernandez, our friend from long ago, against Brenton Brown. He'll be on 22 warming up, and these guys will actually have 10 minutes of practice, so we'll have a little bit of time here to chat. This is Anthony Scasia, coming off a win against Andrew Hall. They were tied exactly going into the 10th, and Scasia was able to prevail with a double in the 10th. Here's Sam DeWitt in this, and this is the under 35 division. And then over on the higher end, we do have 2 other matches. Todd Lathrop, high qualifier for the 55 and over division, against Bobby Fleetwood, who just came back with 3 in the back and to defeat a very, very tough Brian Bogosian. And then we have Eric Copping, defending champion, who took 20 grand away last year in this event against Tim Foy Jr., who's the high qualifier, and that's in the 36 to 55 division. So once again, your 4 divisions, 215 and under has handicap, under 35, 35 to 54, and then 55 and over. So here we are with some wonderful matches for you. This is a 1-game match, and after this we're going to go straight into the we're going to move over to 25 and 6, 1 pair to our right here, and we will have a 1-game shootout with the 4 champions for the prize fund that you heard. $20K on top, $12K second, $7K third, $4K fourth, and that's if you can get yourself to that final shootout. So here we go, and we'll have a few more minutes of practice here as we go. I will tell you that we do have $60,000 added sponsor money in this event, and just amazing. 2 primary sponsors are Savage Arms and Next Technologies, each putting in $25K into the prize fund. And then we have 690 paid entries into the tournament. That's 690, and we are going to finally pay out $159,000 in prize money. $159,000 in prize money. That will be the total payout for the second annual Northeast Megabucks. It has been a very, very busy 4 days here. We started on Thanksgiving Day, and we had 4 squads that day, starting at 9 a.m. with some extra money added if you come out in between your turkey. And then they had a sweeper Thursday night, and then they had sweepers Friday night, and you could add the 2 sweepers together and get an extra prize for those 2 there. So the pattern is actually 41 feet. It's 4.57 to 1, 26.95 mils. It is called the 2023 New England Northeast Megabuck main event pattern. We did have patterns of short and long for each of the sweepers on Thursday and Friday night. So this is a pattern specifically designed for this event by Mr. Tom Hankey. So thank you very much, Tom. And he's also done some work with Greg Tack on the NEBA pattern. So becoming quite the prolific creator of these patterns, and a pattern very fair. You saw people go deep. You saw people go straight up it. You saw people struggle on it. You saw people shoot the lights out on it. Really, we've seen kind of pretty much everything on this pattern. A lot of urethane, I'd have to say. There's Scatia right now going with urethane. Let's see what. Let's see. And there's looks like a Jackal Ghost there with Angel. And so these guys are, you see some manner of thing. I personally went with a reality. So I literally balled up and went with all I had, trying to get the ball to turn up very well. So we do have two other matches down to our right, and that will be the Foy Copping match and the Lathrop Fleetwood match. And we will try to bring those matches to you. We'll try to keep you updated on what's going on with those matches. So here we go. We have, 5 minutes left, something like that, of practice. And we'll go from there. And again, people just still getting warmed up here. I want to welcome you, everybody, to Bowlero Chicopee, and this is being broadcast through the Megabucks Facebook page. The way the Mevo works is if you're an administrator, you can upload and broadcast directly through that page. If everybody could like and share the feed, we can get our viewer numbers up, and that will be really, really good for the viewership and the popularity of this tournament. Not that it needs a whole lot. We had bowlers from all over the country. I'm going to try to get Vic on here to give us some more color on the event itself, and if we have any stats relative to states that bowlers came from, and different bowler, how many in each division, things like that. So we'll try to get Vic on here, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. We did have multiple folks helping. We had Debbie Brogan in here helping with pots and brackets. We had Dan Kay and Justin Alves from the NEBA tournament director and manager roles in here helping. We had a couple other folks. We had some of the Brits helping us, Sarah Hood and Carl Buckley, and we had some folks from Denmark in helping us, and bowling. Halver Nelson and a couple other folks from there did well. So had some really good, and of course Megan here, the manager here at Chicopee, gracious enough to basically give us the whole house here on a Sunday, and we just have two more games to go here, and then we're going to be ready to go. So this is a fair bit of practice for just two guys. 10 minutes of practice here we are going to have, and then we'll be going into our matches. And let me see if I can get a better look at what's going on at these matches up here. So the Lathrop Fleetwood match is up on, that's going to be on 31-2, and then we have the Foy match, and that will be on 29-30. So we'll be going back and forth there, trying to call those scores for you as well. And it looks like they're actually done with their practice, or are they ready to cash in the rest of their time? And I yield back my time, Mr. Speaker. So maybe, like I said, 10 minutes is a fair bit for just two guys, to hear practice and get lined up on a pair. So we'll see how we do here. Lots of family members here watching, and a lot of family people have traveled quite a bit for some of these matches to get here to see their loved ones. We had folks out from Southborough watching Andrew and myself earlier, so that was nice to have the family out here. And we'll go from there. The lane surface here at Bowlero Chicopee is the new glow lane surface, and it is basically the same as the SPL surface, a little softer. You do see some early hook if you get it in. That's why we see a lot of urethane, a lot of purples going down the lane. It's not like Pro Lane. Pro Lane has a lot longer length through the front, a little bit of a harder surface. And as a result, it saves energy and turns a little harder on the back. So just an interesting characteristic of these different lane surfaces. So as practice winds down here, I just gave Vic the high side to see if he doesn't want to come on. He's so busy that I'm afraid to distract him. But okay, all right. He said he'll come on for the final show. Okay, maybe I'll drag him over here in third or fourth frame once these guys are off and running. So we'll be going. So like I said, it's quite a madhouse here. Quite a few folks watching in the back. A lot of family members, as we mentioned, and we'll see how these guys do. Anthony Scatia with a really, really nice look with that purple. And let's see what Tim Foy is doing. He's flushing every practice shot. Todd Lathrop, obviously, was Todd Lathrop, Tim Foy, DeWitt, and I think it was Angel. They were our high qualifiers, and therefore they had a seed directly into this match. So all they have to do is win this match and then win the four-person shootout, and that's 20 grand. So a lot of people would re-enter and re-enter and re-enter, trying for that very coveted high qualifier position for each round. And to get that puts you right into this match and then straight into the match for the 20 grand. So it was worth, another 95. You saw people bowl 5, 6, 7 squads, just to try for that high qualifier. I know Tim Foy bowled at least 3 times to get his high qualifier spot, so that was very helpful for him. So I think we're getting ready to start here, guys. There's the I did flag down somebody who might actually know something. This would be, and give us a second here, and we will get him on. Why don't you come over here? All right, hold on. Oh, now we're all tangled up. Okay, here we go. It is our friend Justin Alves, one of the tournament directors here. And so we will turn up his headset. Hello?
Oh, boy. Am I on the spot here?
You're on the spot, Haas. How are you?
I'm good.
What's going on? I'm not going to ask you anything weird. Now, unfortunately, the folks behind us are going to try to watch. So
yeah, we'll
can't really stand too much. So here we go. So tell us about this match. I was just commenting on how guys would keep bowling and bowling and bowling, trying to get that coveted high qualifier spot in each division, right?
Yeah.
Because that gives you a seed directly into this match. And if you win this match, then the shootout, and that's 20 grand. So, hello.
Yep. It's funny you mentioned that. I actually had a conversation with Tim Foy about that earlier.
Yeah.
Because I asked him, I said, Tim, what's your perspective? I said, would you rather be high qualifier, get all the buys, be guaranteed the money, or would you rather come in on like the other buy spot where you got a game to warm up and see the lanes before you bowl? And he goes, buddy, I'll take the money anytime.
Well, I mean, obviously, if I knew I was going to win, then sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like to be in the lower ones, right?
Yep.
So we'll try to call every match for you. This is Brenton, right? Brenton Brown?
Brenton Brown, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Brenton's going to kick things off in the left lane with a pretty high beaker strike, and there he goes. And Benton was a high qualifier in the 215 and under, or was it Angel?
Angel was the high.
Angel was high qualifier.
Brenton did come in on one of the buys.
Brenton came, okay.
And he beat, who did he beat to get here? Somebody who ran a really good run from the bottom up.
All right. Well, Brenton started with a strike, so did DeWitt.
Sorry.
And by the way, so did Foy, and so did Eric Copping. So I see nothing but strikes. So actually, I saw a spare down there from Fleetwood. And Fleetwood, I think, is throwing that duo, which is a fairly weak piece. He's got that fairly right and going straight up the lane. Here's Todd Lathrop. And again, these are shots that are way, way up, about 5 or 6 pairs to our right. And so we'll try to be calling that match for you. We do have the official live stream binoculars that we can use to check scores if we need them. And here is Sam DeWitt trying to double up here. And he's got that purple right up the track. Wow. Dead. Nice nuts shot. Flush. Great shot there by Sam. He was high qualifier. We don't have any score sheets, right?
No.
I know they're back there. I should have ripped them all off the thing. There's Angel with a beautiful shot and doubling up. So here we go. Now, these guys have different handicaps?
Yes. So if I remember correctly, Brown is getting 5 more pins than Angel.
So +5 for Brenton Brown.
Yes. It's in the system. We did put it in for you.
Okay,
yeah,
so it's
there.
in,
So
okay, it's there. So
17 sticks to Angel's 12.
Okay. So we just have to watch the scores there. And there's Anthony with a screaming 7-pin here in lane 24. And there's Brenton playing that left side. He dead flushes that shot. Both guys have doubles now on this 215 and under division. So there you go. And again, with Brenton getting the 5 pins, he's now up by 5. Exactly. So, and Scatia just did not double and therefore falls down by 10. So let's see how we're doing there.
Hold on.
Hang on. Ooh. Does not. Misses the 7-pin. I can't tell you how many times I did that this week. You get over that shot and you get down the lane, you think there's less oil than there is, and you catch that middle oil and it goes, and Brenton with a screaming 7-pin.
Let's see if he can run his down.
Have to run his down there on the right.
So I see, looks like Copping strike 9 and spare over there.
It looks like
versus Tim strike 5 spare.
Yeah, was that a split? Looks like it says 5 split. What was that? I didn't see it.
I'm not sure. I did not catch it.
Go.
And then I'm trying to see far down with Todd.
There's a no-doubter strike by Anthony there in the left lane.
All right.
And good cover there by Brenton on the spare.
So it looks like right now Todd, Lathrop, and Fleetwood are tied. 9 spare in the first each.
There we go. It's early going. It is the 2nd annual Northeast Megabucks. So 690 entries. Buddy.
Yeah.
How was it over there on the tournament desk, trying to get everybody checked in and everything?
You know, I won't lie, because people call me out on it. We had a couple hiccups here and there, but for the most part, considering the numbers of entries we had, it went pretty well. You know, we had a few things here and there, but we dealt with them. We got everybody on the lanes.
Angel gets a rolling 9-pin.
Let's go
for the triple.
Not a Farkle.
On now.
Not a Farkle.
No, I've heard that. We have very, very tight definitions here on our Farkles.
Yeah, 7 and a 10-pin only.
That's right. Meanwhile, Fleetwood goes 4-6 on his match against Todd Lathrop. And meanwhile, DeWitt misses. So he uses the 4-pin and covers it. But he does have the 20-pin lead because of the double and the missed 7-pin by Scatia. And now, can Angel turn that super break on that 9-pin into a 4-backer?
Angel bowled this last year, didn't he?
I believe he did.
I think he finished up toward the top, too.
He did. He likes this pattern. As soon as you say that,
sorry, Angel.
He threw the beak for a 3-6-10. Yeah, there you go.
If you hear this later, I apologize.
It's the announcer's curse. It's a thing.
Oh boy,
they've done studies.
I get blamed for everything.
People have based their PhDs on them. So there you go.
Oh,
that's a way early hook.
See how early that
caught the mid lane and just sparked. So there's too much there. And Fleetwood follows up his 4-6 with a strike. Again, these are the matches up on 29 and 30 and 31 and 2. We'll be calling those as we go. Here's Angel, sneaks out the 3-6-10 on the hard way, but does make it. Got half an eye on the Patriots-Giants game going on.
That one's nothing.
It's nothing, and it's only 4.5 minutes left in the second quarter, so a real defensive struggle.
Foy with a nice strike there. So that's a double for Foy.
Yep, double spare for Foy, right.
Yeah, so we got a Copping coming up on a back-to-back 9 spares.
Yep. So Eric Copping won the first
last year's champ
Megabucks.
And shot 300.
And shot 300, and there's a break for Brenton. Wow. Getting the 6-8 to go. I'll also tell you that Eric Copping was the first winner on the very first TechVision Livestream.
No kidding.
That was up in Keene, New Hampshire.
Was that a NEBA or was
that a NEBA? And it was on an iPhone, and it was the very first time I, meaning TechVision, basically did a broadcast, and it was a tremendous amount of fun. Yeah, it was very cool.
Apparently, he likes your live streams.
I think he does. I like watching him on my live streams. I have to confess. So
Eric is a fun one to watch. You know, he's a no-thumb bowler,
right?
But you know, he actually swings the ball more than most no-thumb guys I know.
He does, yeah.
And he's very clean at the bottom because of it.
Anthony gets a 10 from the Russian judge.
And ran to 22.
Stays behind the foul line and makes his spare.
Wow.
But still 19 pins behind in his match. Once again, these are all single game matches.
Yes.
The top 4 will advance to... Ooh. Had a request for the scoreboard. This is the Anthony Scatia DeWitt match.
Yes.
Scatia score on the left. He's down by 19. And this is the Brenton Brown Angel Hernandez score. And sorry, had to come back to we'll get back to that score. So as you can see here, 99 is a 5-pin match here. And the interesting thing there is that there's a 5-pin handicap awarded to Brenton. So I believe that match might be exactly tied right now with the handicap. And Angel goes off to the right, but then goes left on the spare and leaves the 5. So that is a problem for Angel. He's going to fall behind in this match no matter what the handicap says. And there's a 3-pin conversion there by Anthony. How are we doing on our high-end matches here, bud?
So I see it looks like Mr. Lathrop is clean through 4. So he's got 9 spare, 9 spare, strike 9 spare. And then we got 9 spare, split open, strike 9.
So no Fleetwood. So no doubles. So just no doubles, but 1 open by Fleetwood.
Correct.
Like that match.
And then it looks like Copping has got a double, and Foy just did a 9 spare off his double.
All right. So Copping ahead in that match then?
It does appear so. Okay. Yes. Projected score, Copping is ahead by, looks like 10.
All right. Now here, Brenton Brown can extend his lead. He's only missed once.
I was talking to Brenton earlier when he checked in.
Hang on. And it does. Brenton with a good look to the pocket here.
He indicated he has no idea about format, PBA style, anything. He goes up and he throws the ball and does the best he can. That's a really good mentality.
He's following it great. There's not a lot to understand. He's doing great. He's doing it's better not to think about that stuff.
Sometimes.
Some people, you're thinking about that and you're not thinking about ball reaction.
Yeah.
You can see him. DeWitt gets the smashing blower strike for the double to extend his lead into the 20s now. And now Scatia in real trouble.
Have you seen DeWitt bowl before?
I don't remember. I might have seen him in the regionals.
Okay.
Wow, another strike by Brenton.
Wow.
He's looking very strong. Brenton,
he has a great look right now.
He has 279 on the out, and he's almost locked in. Let's see. In fact, Angel can shoot only 253. Brenton already gets 5 handicap. And there's
go down.
The 6-8 go by Anthony. He needs it.
He better, yeah.
So with the 5-pin handicap, 20, 20, 50, 70, 90, 210, 230. He's pacing to the 240s. So one more strike. And, all right, he stays alive with that shot.
He needs them all to put the pressure on Brenton right now.
But one more strike from Brenton, and he's already into the 250s, and he's ahead of Angel.
Wow.
So one more strike and 2 spares, and it's over, no matter what Angel does, even if he goes back 5 here.
That is a...
Looks like
that's
a 4-bagger
for Copping.
4-bagger for Copping, taking the lead.
Indeed.
And again,
looks like he's got quite a lead going over there.
Foy coming in as top qualifier, only has to bowl this 1 game to punch his ticket to the final. And he said, we asked him earlier, would you rather do that or be an earlier seed to get some games under your belt? He goes, I'll take the money. You know, so obviously you'll be seeded right into the final round. You know, I'll take my chances.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And you know, that was kind of why I talked to him about it, because it's, you know, this is the kind of thing you see when you don't get to see the lane play and the movement between rounds.
Well, and you can watch, but it's not, it's
not the same.
It's not the same. So he went ring 10 there for Foy. 2040. Foy maximum 239, and Copping already pacing to 230. So one more strike from Copping, and he can lock this up and take care of it. Meanwhile, Sam DeWitt strikes again, which is huge. Angel does cover the washout, but let me tell you, he's going to need some help from Brenton here. If Brenton keeps one more strike, and there's no chance. I think Brenton really just needs marks at this point.
Keep it clean.
Beat 230. Yeah, there's Foy with a convincing hit, but not enough to keep up with Copping.
Oops, sorry about that.
Easy, buddy.
That big watch of mine.
DeWitt moved in, caught the oil. He had one hooked earlier on this lane, catches the oil, goes down the lane for a mixer 7. We are at Bowlero Chicopee. You are watching the title matches, the championship matches for each division here in the 2nd annual New England Northeast Megabucks. I keep confusing New England and Northeast on the
Northeast
Megabucks. And he
Megabucks.
gets the trip 6.
Wow.
Does Brenton. He basically just punched his ticket into the final, folks. Great shot there. Gets the trip 6. And here's Sam right at the 7 pin. So let's figure out some out numbers here. We have 245 possible for Sam DeWitt, 237 possible for Anthony. So DeWitt cannot be shut out no matter what he does. And can he strike again? Look at this, Brenton Brown. We have one of our finalists, my friend, and it is Brenton Brown in dominant fashion.
So it looks like Fleetwood's got a max of 226 out. And 259 max for Lathrop.
And great
Nice
shot
shot
there
by
by
Anthony.
Anthony, 110. So 147. Anthony cuts it to 18 and can get it to within a mark with a strike here. I cannot imagine a more important strike for Anthony Scatia than this shot coming up right now in 23. $690 entries in this tournament, $159,000 paid out, guaranteed prize fund. Thanks to our sponsors for Next Technologies and Savage Arms. I-91 tournaments, right? You guys are sponsored. Great shot there by Anthony.
Great shot.
He's there with the 4-bagger to get within 8. Huge shot. And the pressure right back on Sam DeWitt. And again, the Hernandez match not going to matter, as even with an open, Brenton will beat to 230 that Angel can get to. How we doing down there, bud?
Can't quite get the angle.
Can't
on
get it?
Copping Foy.
Uh-oh. Copping Foy, here we go.
My angle's just off.
So 225 looking for Copping right now, pacing. And 209 pacing for Foy. So Foy now up in the 9th. Must absolutely strike. What did I say, 220? So he's down by 2 marks, is Tim Foy. Ball away, gets the ripping rack strike. So huge shot there. That puts him to 219. And again, Copping pacing to 225. So if Copping can double here, he still can't shut out Foy, because Foy can go 239 and Copping maximum 235, even though Copping has the lead right now. So if Foy can get up and double here, he's up on the left lane. If he can double, he can shut this match out. Let's see if we can see the Fleetwood match. And we've got a 207 pace by Todd with a double and no opens. Ooh. And we've got a $180 pace by Fleetwood, but he has a chance to double up here.
While you were looking at that, Sam DeWitt with a wonderful trip 7 there to get the first strike in the 10th.
But he didn't strike in the 9th.
He did not.
And it looks like Bobby Fleetwood has got the hangdog, and why not put the put the finishing touches on the Brenton Brown victory with a Brooklyn there with a very respectable 219 from
Mr.
Angel,
Hernandez,
and then he ends up 231 with his handicap. But Brenton is going to go 280 on him or something like that here, so that's going to be that. So now 234 available for DeWitt. Can he get this one? Big shot. And it comes up light for a bucket. That'll be 224 max. Anthony now 110, 40, 70. Anthony now with 217 pacing. And right now Anthony is going to need the first one in the 10th. So it's going to be 224 for DeWitt. And now Anthony Scatia must strike on this ball and then get 8 or 9 count to get him above 224. So once again, he's 87 in the 5th, 237 available. Right now, 217 if he were to miss. So he needs this hit, Anthony does. And Sam DeWitt is not happy because he knows he had the match in hand. And Anthony has figured out this pair and come back with the last 4. Here's the shot. It's away. Gotta be. Dead flush. Huge shot. Anthony Scatia made the adjustment on the pair. He was throwing buckets. He missed a 7-pin, having all kinds of issues. And he has now made the adjustment. Only needs now 8 and a spare to win, or 7 and 2, or a 9 out. Any of those combinations would win for him. Of course, the strike would win too, which would be nice. New York scoring on New England with 137 left in the second is now 7-0. New York Giants.
So Tim Foy can go 227 here.
Scatia comes up late and blows the rack and puts the finishing touches on the match. Sam DeWitt, there's one #1 seed knocked off.
Sorry, Foy goes 226.
And
Copping can go 235.
what if he just marks? Is that enough?
Well, he's working on a spare.
9 mark? Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
And great finish there by Anthony Scatia. How about the back 7?
He needs the first 2 and 2, Copping.
First 2, then 2. So Eric Copping needs a double here in the 10th, looks like. 2-0, yeah. The first one won't do it. Copping picks it up and gets the first one. You heard the crowd reaction. And he can go 225 with 9 spare. He'd lose by 1, so he's got to have this hit. Count is irrelevant. And meanwhile, down in the Lathrop match, that match is basically over. Lathrop really just needs a mark here to get him to the 2-0s. Fleetwood pacing to 180 or so, can only double for 190. And here goes Lathrop, ball's away. Strikes, and there is one of your finalists. It is Todd Lathrop. He is the #1 seed in his division. Congratulations to Todd. And it will be Anthony Scatia, not the #1 seed in his division. And here is Copping, not the #1 seed in his division. Must have this hit. Here he goes. Ball's away. Gotta have it. And comes up high and
wow.
Trips out the 4.
What a match.
Trips out the 4 to win. You heard the crowd reaction. Oh my God, that went crazy. Now he just needs 2, keep it on the lane, and it will be Eric Copping attempting to defend, knocks off #1 seed Tim Foy. Oh, Tim is just like, oh,
I don't know
God.
about you, but from this angle, it looked like he got that just a hair right, and that ball came back.
It came back, and
wow,
ended up high in the pocket.
What a
for
big
the
shot.
4. And meanwhile, Todd Lathrop enough to knock out Bobby Fleetwood. So we do have Anthony Scatia, Brenton Brown, defending champion Eric Copping, and Todd Lathrop will be meeting on lanes 25 and 6. We will be having our 1-game shootout. First place $20K, second place $12, third place $7, fourth place $4K. Let's add this up. 19. That's almost 45 grand at stake in this next match on 25 and 6. So thanks everybody for tuning in. We're going to check out now. We'll be right back when it's time to call the final match. And I think they're going to re-oil, yes?
I believe there is a
re-oil
re-oil.
the pair. So give us a few minutes and we'll be back to call the final match for you. Thanks everybody. Some exciting matches. We'll be right back.